All right, thank you. As Kelly said, my name is Daniel Krysak. I work for Malin Space Science Systems. We build space cameras. We have cameras that are on various satellites throughout the solar system. We even have the 4 cameras that are on the Curiosity rover that I'll be focusing mainly on tonight. This is an image of Earth that we took with the Juno cam. It's a camera that we have on the Juno spacecraft that's going towards Jupiter right now. We also built the LROC camera that's currently orbiting the moon. It's operated out of Arizona State University. This is Tycho crater on the moon. It's on the southern part or it's on the southern highlands on the moon itself. We have a handful of cameras that are orbiting Mars right now. This is one of them. This is CTX. I wanted to pair these two up because the image of the crater here, or these two images were taken only a couple days apart, and you could see that a dust storm actually appeared kind of out of nowhere only a few days later. And I like to show this because it shows that our solar system is kind of more active than a lot of us realize. So the Curiosity rover, as I said, we actually have 4 cameras on it. There's 2 mast cams, 134 millimeter. We have Molly, the Mars hand lens imager on the end of the arm, and then there's Marty, the Mars descent imager that's mounted on the undercarriage of the rover. And I'll explain why we have that mounted underneath like that in a moment. So this is one of the mast cams. Give you an idea for scale. That's a regular pocket knife next to it. Building cameras for space is a little different than building an Earth-based camera. It needs to be able to withstand all the radiation. It needs to be able to withstand extremely cold temperatures, as well as the vibrations of being launched from a rocket off of the planet. So this is one of the Marty images. Now what we did is, as we were descending through the atmosphere to land, Marty actually turned on and started taking images, a few images every couple of seconds, that we were able to stitch together later on and create a movie as we were descending through the atmosphere. That's actually the heat shield as it's falling away from the bottom of the rover. After we landed, this is what we saw. This is a mast cam mosaic of the Bradbury landing area. You could see on either end there are blast marks from where the rockets were firing that were slowing us down. And in the background on the top is Mount Sharp, which is our ultimate driving goal for the mission. In addition to being able to do panoramic images with mast cam, we're also able to take some rather up-close images. This is only about maybe 5 or 10 feet away from the base of the rover. You could see a lot of dunes, some rocks in the area, and this is good because it allows the scientists to be able to see kind of what's around us and get a good high-definition view of what we want to ultimately perform science on. So the next 2 images here are kind of grouped together. I want you guys to kind of focus on the rock that's in the middle towards the right side of the frame, because I had said that we had both a 34 and a 100 millimeter mast cams on board. This is the 34 millimeter, and in the next image is going to be the 100 millimeter. And you could see that rock, even though we're at the exact same time of day, we're at the exact same position, the rover didn't move at all. The 100 millimeter camera is able to see much farther into the distance, and that's good because that allows the rover to not have to move around as much, and we're able to image things much farther away and just basically save wear and tear on the rover itself. Mastcam is also good for some mid-range things. This is a dune that we saw that was named Dingo Gap in the end. We spent a few days there and ultimately decided that we were going to drive over this dune. And in the next image, you'll get to see what we did. There's our tracks as we drove over it, and this gives you a good idea of kind of for scale of the dune. The wheels themselves are only about maybe 15 inches wide, so it gives you a good idea for scale of the dune. It was maybe only 4 feet tall in the end. So all of us here on Earth have looked up in the night sky and stared at our own moon before. This is Mars's 2 moons. They're called Phobos and Deimos. Phobos is the large one on the bottom, and Deimos is the smaller one on the top. And this just gives you an idea how versatile of a camera mast cam really is for being able to do those large panoramic mosaics as well as doing the nighttime imagery of the sky. So the last camera we have is called Molly. This is actually a mast cam image of Molly. The rover literally held her arm out and took a picture of it. Molly's the one in the very center, kind of with the gray pinkish color. Molly's used for very high resolution up close imagery. The scale bar didn't show that. This is a typical Molly image. Some of those round circles you see kind of throughout it, those are maybe only about 1 millimeter or so wide. So this gives you an idea how close that we could actually get Molly to the surface of a rock. And this is good because it allows us as scientists to be able to see the grain structure of the rocks, be able to determine what we're looking at. Sometimes we get so close that there's too much shadowing. There's no way to get any sunlight around there to see what we're looking at. So Molly also comes equipped with some LEDs. This is another mass cam image of Molly with its white LEDs on in the middle of the night. And it gives you an idea how bright it'll illuminate the area. This is an actual Molly image with the LEDs, and this one again was taken at night at well. There's no ambient light whatsoever, just the LEDs on, and that really shows how well we could see with that. In addition to the white LEDs, we also have some ultraviolet LEDs. That should be showing up in a second. This is the exact same rock, and as geologists, what we do a lot of times with ultraviolet light is to see if a mineral or a rock is going to fluoresce, and if it does fluoresce, that'll tell us something about the composition of that rock or mineral. So Molly, on top of being able to take these really awesome up-close images, could also take what we call the self-portrait images. Curiosity will, once again, literally hold her arm out and turn the camera back around, and Molly will take a series of pictures that we're able to ultimately stitch together and create these self-portrait images that just basically shows exactly where we are at that moment. So I just want to end with this picture. This is Mount Sharp, our ultimate driving goal, as I had said. We'd love to be able to drive to the top of it someday and be able to turn the cameras around and image where we landed and the path that we took up the side of the mountain. So thank you all very much.